and start working on it, right? So how do you plan? Do you guys plan to do this project, or what is the plan? Is there any intention to do the project? What do we talk today then? The whole agenda was we want to make sure that you guys have the first look at it and we can go through one by one and see where you are and try to take it forward from there, right? I don't have any other agenda other than that. Are you guys planning to do the project or no? See, if I know you all are busy, but if there is an assignment which is given, doesn't it make sense to kind of at least talk to each other and see, can give a head start? I understand probably you might not be able to complete the project, but we got to make sure that you at least talk to each other, see what you want to pick up. Did anyone pick up the project or no? I guess only one team spoke. Did that team at least pick up a project?
Wait, Vimal, are you talking about us, like our team?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We picked up the facial recognition one where we have to identify and send a notification to your phone if you are out of your like immediate family members. Other than that, if anybody if the camera recognizes somebody that's not part of that group, then it sends a notification to your phone. We have a plan for it as well.
Okay, cool. I want to see that plan so we can go through that. What about the other two teams? You guys did not meet. Did you guys at least pick up a project or no? So if you have not picked up a project, what are we going to talk about today? What were you all expecting to come and talk? Hmm? What do we do?
Um, can we like meet our teams in breakout rooms so we can talk about it?
Okay, that's a good idea to have. Any other thoughts, anyone? How do we plan to forward? I'm assuming that you all want to do this, right? So on March 22nd, you all are coming to the session. I'm not sure, Ranjit, where exactly that is, but you all are meeting somewhere, right? And you have 15 minutes of window where you have to come up with a presentation, and I'll take you through, what you have to present and through slides, and then a live demo of what you plan to do. Do you all plan to do that, correct? Yeah, give me a thumbs up. If you're planning to do it, give me a thumbs up. Okay, everyone wants to do that, right? So let's work on this, okay? We only have exactly what 2 weeks now, right? And it's good enough time. Okay, there is one weekend between as well. And if you want me to help you guys next weekend, even though we don't have a scheduled class, we can do that as well. But I want you guys to come up and do this, right? Yeah, Ranjit.
Sorry, Vimal, sorry.
Okay. So my point is this need to come from you, right? So you have a basics of some of the cloud services which we spoke about, right? Some of the basics of what all services you might end up using each of the projects. You have to start expanding on that and figure out work as a team together, right? And it's a good opportunity. You don't get to kind of do this unless you get to a real world uh, you know professional worker project, right? KHNJ is giving that opportunity, so let's try to make sure that you use that to the maximum possible. Okay. Did anyone go through the AWS console to look at the different AI services and what it can do? I think that was the third item in the project, right? In the work I told you. Who all did anyone do that? What did you do? What did you figure out? Did you make a service work? Like are you able to upload something and it does what it is supposed to be doing? No.
I
So
was sorry. I was looking at some of the AI bots that were on AWS, and I was specifically looking at the chatbot one because um so our team is team three, and we were looking at the infinite order bot one. And so by using the AWS chatbot, if we were to somehow, or we could probably figure this out, but have it like talk to the customer, because the whole point of this specific project is that like the problem here says that local businesses like a pizza shop lose customers due to busy phone lines during the rush hours. And so if we were to use this AWS chatbot to talk to the customers, we'd be able to figure it out. So yeah, that's
yeah.
one of the ones that I was looking at.
Okay. So most likely that will be the one you want to do for the team three.
Yeah, we're most likely going to do the infinite order bot one, or we are going to do that one.
Okay.
Bimal, could we also get one spark from team one that we can follow up with and who can initiate the group chat among their team? I see Aditya, Subodh, and Shivika in the class. So either are you is one of you are able to initiate the group chat among your team members and start thinking of the project?
Yeah, I was making a group chat right now.
All right, thanks, Shivika.
Okay. So before we do any breakout session or before we go to team one, I want to tell you from an expectation perspective for our demo session. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. So this is just a sample. You see my screen, right? Seeing my screen?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So this is just a template, a minimum set of template, and you probably will have 10 to 15 minutes to talk through this and the demos, right? So on a high level, what we need is one slide which talks about what your project is, right? What is your problem, right? What is exactly the thing which you're trying to solve, right? So people get an understanding of what your intent is, right? What is that real thing which will solve somebody's problem, right? So don't make it too much writing here, like three or four, two or three sentences about what your problem is, right? Clearly, somebody, when they see it, they should be able to figure out what you're trying to solve. So this should be one slide. Then you should talk through that problem statement when you in that 15 minutes when you start your presentation. So this will be one slide. Second slide, then you naturally get into solving the problem, right? What is your architecture, right? Who is gonna give the input, right? And who is actual user? How the first input comes in, which service will pick it up, which service that service will talk to, and likewise, right? We did the resume project, right? We had multiple things. So remember some of the diagrams I had in my slide as well. So similar to that, you have to come up with an architecture diagram. So this is how you explain people that, okay, my problem statement you now know. Now I'm telling you how I'm gonna solve that problem using the different AI services or different AWS services. Okay, so this is the architecture. It's a natural flow of solving a problem. You define your problem, come up with a solution, which is your architecture. Okay. Number three, talk more about each of the services which you spoke about, right? In the previous one, you used, for example, recognition, right? Tell why did you use recognition? What is the recognition features of a recognition which helped you make that decision that I'm going to use recognition? Or you use S3. Why did you choose S3? Right? So explain why you did or why you picked up Lambda, for example. Okay. So these three slides mandatory, right? This is where you're setting the context on how deep you went into AWS, what all things you knew, and why your solution is using those services. Okay. So these three slides mandatory. Fourth one, before you go to that, fourth one is not a slide here, but fourth one is your actual demo, right? Now you're telling people, hey, Now you understood a problem statement. Now you understand my architecture. Now you understand why did I choose my services. Let's look at the real demo, right? So this is where you got to tell or show in the screen that you are able to kind of chat with a chatbot and it is doing the work, right? So the real thing should be shown on screen. Okay. Or for that example, you send a text file, it is doing the translation, right? So whatever your project is, you're able to give that input and you're able to see that output on the other side. So that should be a live demo. Now, in some cases, live demo might not work. It could be, might not be your problem. It could be some AWS region is down or, Wi-Fi connection is low, whatever the thing is. So as a backup, just as a backup, keep a video recording of your demo. So do the demo beforehand, keep a video recording as a backup. Just in case your live demo is not working, you play that demo, play your recorded demo and show people that okay, this is what we did, right? But that is only a backup. I'm not recommending that you do that. You guys have to present it there and show it to people that this is what you did. Bring up your presentation skills and talk about that. Okay. And last slide is where we would like to see what is your conclusion, right? What did you learn from this? It could be from this project or it could be from the series of meetings we have been having, right? What did you learn, right? What were your challenges, right? How did you solve that? So this is kind of a general view of this. For example, when you do this project, you might figure out 3 or 4 issues, which you probably will, do some research, look at the logs, and try to solve. It could be a permission issue, for example, right? So it's a new learning. So list out all those challenges you faced, right? What were your aha moments? Okay. Tell the world that okay, we faced all these things, but with these hurdles, we still were able to solve it. Okay. So these are the 4 bare minimum slides. This is bare minimum only. Of course, you want to add more than welcome to do that. But minimum these 4 should be there. And you should be able to talk through those 4. Okay. It is not just writing something on the slide and reading out, right? Don't do that. That is not a good presentation, right? In presentation, you always make sure you give only those indicators there so that people gets that high level thing and then you talk through it. Okay. Bring out your presentation skills for that. So 4 slides minimum. Anything additional, you go above and beyond, figure out something else and could be beneficial for you to present, more than welcome to do that. Okay. But keep everything in a 10 to 15 minutes window. 15 is max, minimum is 10, right? Including your demo. So this is what you need to think about how we're gonna, and again, this is the final thing, right? Before even you guys get to this, you got to make your project, right? Pick your project, talk to your team, figure out how you're gonna do that. And when you try to do that, you will face 100 issues. You got to solve all those 100 issues, right? It is not a fine day morning you wake up and this project is gonna work. Did anyone create your resume project in the first try successfully? So how do you expect this demo to work on that fine day without you doing this work? We already lost a week. Ideally, we had 3 weeks now, right? Now it's only 2 weeks. We lost 1 week full without doing anything. So don't expect this to be on a fine day. Let's say your demo is on 22nd. You're gonna talk to the team on 21st and figure out it's not gonna work. I'm not gonna let you guys go to a presentation without telling me that you are able to do that. I want to see it. And I need to see it next week. Next week, show me that okay, you did this and this is what the thing is. Next Friday or Saturday, you guys, or the 21st or 20th, don't come to me saying that okay, I'm starting this. No, don't expect that. Okay, so take it serious. Take next, we'll create some breakout sessions here. But next 1 week, including the next weekend, if you want to talk to me, we can have a session as well, one-on-one session also, or a team level session, whatever works for you. But by next Saturday, Sunday, your project should be working. That means I don't want to see the slides. I want your demo to be working. Okay. Then the week after that, you can kind of make it a more polished one, create your presentations, polish your demo, create the recording, or you want to go above and beyond what is asked for, right? You can do that. But next weekend is the deadline, right? So you have to send me a demo or show me a demo of what you're doing. Does it make sense to everyone? Can I get a thumbs up? 5 thumbs up, 6, 7. We only have 7 people. How many do we have today? Tita, what's the count today's?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we don't have Arjun, but apart from that, Madhav already informed that he's not able to join, and I think we have the rest of the group.
Tinani, I'm not able to find Arjun's number in the group to add.
All right. I've just pinged him, so I will. I thought he was added. Let me check that, Shivika.
Cool. So this makes sense. I'm assuming, right? Did you understand what we plan to do? So a presentation, what you need to create as a slide, and the slides are the last thing you got to do, right? First thing you got to do is naturally create the project, make it work, right? That is the next thing, right? So next 1 week, focus on that. Um, and in rest of the class today, we will do some additional breakouts. You guys figure out do the talking, come back with details on how you plan to do that. But before you do that breakout, I want to see if the team two, Nihal, if you can present what you guys have so far. I want other two teams to take that as an input as well, so that they can go into their breakout rooms to figure out a similar thing of what Nihal is trying to tell. Okay.
Do you
Nihal, what
want
do you
us to
have?
share our screen?
What's that?
Do you want us to share our screen?
You are in team two?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you guys plan to talk about now? So what so do it a structured way, right? So what did you guys talk, right? How did you meet? What did you guys talked about? What did you come up with? What is your plan, right? So let's go through that thought process so that others can listen to this and they can probably make themselves feel better about how they need to approach this.
So like basically over the week we like made a group chat and everything like Nahal said, and we just reached out and we coordinated times that worked, and we called around like 2 or 3 times, and we decided to do the Smart Sentinel, that project that uses Amazon recognition, and we created a sample proposal where we just talked about all the features that we have to use in AWS and then how we're going to incorporate that and implement it to reach our goal, and like the goal of like creating a camera that knows our family, or like the pictures that we uploaded into the S3 bucket.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
And you have any things which you have written down which you want to talk about? Share
Yeah,
your
we
screen.
made like a doc.
Vimal, do you want us to share a screen and show you the doc, or
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
want to just explain it?
No, go ahead, go ahead. Share your screen, explain.
Okay.
You have to turn on screen
Oh yeah,
share.
hold on, let me do that. Okay, try now.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so first off, we're going to be using features such as Amazon Recognition, which works with face recognition, Amazon S3 to store the images, the Lambda, which will run the logic, and SNS, which sends alerts to the phone. So essentially, the camera, which will be used with Amazon Recognition, which is our AI platform, that's going to look at the photo, and then it's either going to go two ways. It's one way is that if it recognizes the picture and it'll go into a log and it's going to be ignored, which means that there's no alert that's going to be sent to the phone. Otherwise, it's going to not recognize it, and that's with the confidence score that we're going to get back from the AI. And if that doesn't, the Lambda is going to run the logic and it goes to SNS. So the owner or whoever's phone it is, that will send the alert to the phone.
Very nice. Okay.
Okay, so then first to do this project, we have to create a VIP list. And to do that, we have to go to Amazon Recognition, go to Face Collections, and then create a collection. And in this collection, we have to upload like pictures of people who will not trigger the alarm. And basically, like what happens here is Recognition has this software called Index Faces, which takes the photos of people and it converts it to like data. So then each part of the face becomes like a VIP database, and this is how like it actually looks at who is triggering the alarm.
Yeah, and then for of course to add the images to S3, we need to make a bucket. So of course you're gonna go to Amazon S3, create the bucket, but then upload the photos. So then it stores the data. And then there's a flow. There's the S3 event trigger. It just, there's the camera, then there's this S3 bucket, then goes to the Lambda function, reads the Lambda function, which uses the face comparison, the recognition software.
Yeah, and then finally we're just gonna create the Lambda function. So for that, we're just gonna open AWS Lambda. And the language we chose is Python because of its extensive libraries and how you can like incorporate AI systems or just like APIs into it in order to make it more efficient. And so the function is gonna get the uploaded image from the um, S3 buckets, and we're gonna send it to recognition and compare that with the VIP list that we have and decide whether or not the person's a stranger or they're on the actual list. So the logic has if-then statements or like Boolean statements where it's true or false. And if the face matches the VIP, then you're gonna allow access and ignore the person. And if it doesn't, then you're gonna send the alert to the owner. And yeah, you can also send the phone alert using the SNS topic in Amazon SNS, and that basically just gives your phone a SMS message, and notifies you about whether or not it's a stranger. And then if there's time, you're gonna save the logs. So like we can like know who actually accessed to the program at what time. And we can use that using S3 and DynamoDB.
And also there's one more thing we were thinking of doing. It was adding an admin login, which is just like an admin who is able to either delete profiles or add new profiles, like add new pictures to recognize. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very good. This is awesome. This is exactly the thought process you all need to have. I'm so proud of this team. Did you happen to take it further with doing checking how the recognition works?
We didn't get time to. We only had time to make the proposal, but we were able to just go into AWS and just look at each feature, just like click on like find Amazon recognition. But that's as far as we took it.
Okay. So the natural thing you got to do definitely is now look at each of the services which you have chosen, right? Go into AWS, just do that service alone, right? So assume that the other service did it part, right? So that means let's say it is giving some signal or whatever, right? So manually trigger your second service or the third service and see that service alone is doing that work it is supposed to do. Okay. So then you can kind of know that individually each of these things are working what it is supposed to be doing. Now all you then need to do is connect each of these together, right? S3 talking to your Lambda talking to this one, you make sure that IAM is set, all those things, right? So that's a next step. But what first thing you have to make sure is each of the individual services, is it responding to the way you want it to be, right? Give it a file, right? Give it a image, right? And see what is the response you're getting, right? How does the output look like, right? What is that? There is that percentage thing, right? Confidence score, right? How much is the confidence score is changing when, for example, you as a family member, you try to match it, and most of the time it gives you 99% or 100% or 90%, whatever the thing, right? But let's say one day you are wearing a hat or a glass, right? What is the confidence score you're getting? Do you want that, when you're wearing a glass or on a sunny day, you don't want to be alerted thinking that person is a stranger, right? So play around with that, right? If I put same persons, with a haircut, bald, right? What does it do, right? So play around with it and see what happens for that, because those are the edge cases, I might ask you to, do, right? So prepare for that as well, right? Eventually, right? But make sure the happy path works. But see what happens when you change the input, what happens to the output, right? So those are the things. So point is, individually each of the services, let's make sure that you understand, and then you start connecting each of them to make that thread work. Okay, approach that. Don't worry about the 4 slides I showed you. Approach that, take that thing after you're done with your actual work, right? So you can create that slide in a different way later. First thing is understand your services, then start connecting them, and then make it end-to-end work. And when you try to make it end-to-end work is where you'll have challenges with IAM permissions, because most of the time we might not give the correct IAM permissions, right? So you might get some permission issue, and then you figure out. And anytime you face an issue, keep that list, right? Because you want your last slide to be filled up with all those things. Okay, cool, great job, team 2. All right, for the team 1 and 2, 1 and 3, are you guys want to take? Do you guys want to take 10 minutes, 15 minutes in a breakout? Come back with what you've learned from there. Discuss this, similar to what the team 2 did. First of all, you have to pick up a project. Once you pick up that project, figure out what you're gonna do, right? What all things will help you get successful? What all services you need to tackle? Come up with questions which you want to talk about once you come back from the breakout, right? So come up with a high level plan. Definitely don't have to go into AWS 10 15 minutes. You won't be able to do all those things, but pick up the project, come back with a plan, right, on how you're going to approach this.
Vimal, we are team 1 and we have decided to take the digital scribe, like giving the audio and then translating it
Okay.
using the Amazon transcribe.
Okay, so you plan to take that.
Mm-hmm.
So team 1 is taking scribe, team 2 taking sentinel, and Raghav, you mentioned which one was that? The order bot, correct?
Yeah, we're doing the order bot one.
Okay. All right. So do you want to go to the breakout, correct? Do you guys want to talk to each other? Okay. So I'm gonna create a few breakouts. Let me see if I can do that actually.
Yeah, while you're doing that, Shivika, you were able to add Arjun's number, right?
Yeah, I'm working on it, Andy.
Okay, the number that's ending 6165 that's in the group, just add
Oh
that.
yeah, it didn't have the name Origin, so I was
I
just
know,
checking
I know.
too.
I think it's got his mom's name. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Ranjit, Tina, I don't see any option. Can you check if you have the privilege to create breakout rooms?
I was checking earlier. I couldn't find one. Um, very sure.
Is the name in the group Pallavi?
That's the one. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Or Vimal, we can like give them time so they can get into a WhatsApp call just like Team 2 did, and then they can come back at a certain time and start presenting and talking to you, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I don't see any option. Might be we just don't have that privilege.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 2:31. take 14 minutes, come back 2:45, probably, talk in your WhatsApp if you have the group created. Come back with your proposal on what all things you're gonna do. Um, and keep in mind that, next by next 1 week you are in a position to create this thing, right? So that means next weekend you should be able to give a demo of this real thing working, right? So what all things you're gonna do. Also come up with a plan on when you're gonna meet, right? This 15 minutes should not be the only thing for you. So, you know, figure out you're gonna talk every day, every 2 days, whatever the thing is, right? I want to hear that. How you're planning to approach every single day to the weekend. Okay, so come back with a plan. We'll be waiting here then. And if team one also you guys want to talk as well, go ahead and do that. Sorry, team two. Um, Otherwise, we'll see you at 2:45. You need to check out the breakout problem. Um,
Yeah, I thought it had the option, but I'm looking at host tools. I don't see anything.
yeah, collaboration. Whether everyone is okay. What about others? Everyone back? Not yet.
Vimal, we have decided throughout the week we can split the work, and Mother will do the work when he is free.
Okay. Okay. Is everyone back? Aditya, Arjun.
Shivika, can you message in your WhatsApp group and ask everybody to come back into this meeting? Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Okay. So Aditya is on. Where is Arjun?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Can you come on video?
Yeah, I have asked them
Yeah.
all to join.
Thank you.
Okay. Nihal is on. Okay. Advait, Sai Hari. Okay. You're there. Anya, Aryan. Okay. And the Gayatri cannot be on video. Raghav is not on, correct?
Madhav is not on.
Okay.
Raghav should be here.
Are you there, Raghav?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Can you come on video?
My computer doesn't have a camera. I'm sorry
Okay.
about that.
You told that. Okay. Cool. So the team one, you guys plan to do this, right? So you're gonna have some video recording, right? So either you record yourself in your phone or use some pre-recorded, something downloaded from the internet or whatever works, right? Fine. Um, so you're gonna use that recording, put that in an S3 bucket, right? And then what are you gonna do?
We're gonna use Amazon Transcribe, and it's gonna transcribe it into a script.
Mm-hmm.
And then the lambda which we used for the resume, we are going to reuse it and make it email us the script which we have got from the audio.
Okay. So are you gonna have your transcribe look at the S3 bucket, or your are you gonna have your S3 bucket call Lambda to do that work?
Yeah, we're just working on it.
Okay. So let me take you through this a bit, right? So you figure out this. This is the way you got to look at what all capabilities which we will have in transcribe. So transcribe is your heart of the thing, right? Now that means that is the one where you actually will be processing the audio message, and that will be the one which will be transcribing you and giving you an output, right? So the core of the work is there. Now what you need to figure out is what all things transcribe can do, right? What all ways I can talk to transcribe, and what all ways transcribe can talk back to me, right? That is how it determines whether you're going to connect S3 directly to transcribe, or you're going to have S3 talk to Lambda and Lambda talk to transcribe and back, and then go into SNS, right? How are you going to determine type transcribe in your AWS console? I'm sharing my screen. And this is for everyone. Please listen to this. This is not for team one alone, because I'm not gonna do for every single service, right? But the approach is similar, right? Whatever is your heart of your project, AWS services, go into that service. And AWS has done a beautiful thing is they have put all the details related to that service here, right? So you will see, some video, some demo things, some learning courses. Of course, if you have time, look at the learning courses. But all the way down, they're given some documentation, right? It is very important to read the documentation, understand what this service is going to do, right? What is transcribe? Likewise, for any of the other two projects, two teams, whatever is your project, go to that project. The documentation will tell you what that service is going to do. And most important thing, how it works, right? Without knowing how it works, you cannot use it. Okay, this is where reading the documentation, that is a skill, right? You need to understand not everything somebody is going to tell you how to be done, right? You need to read it, understand it. Obviously that's what you're doing in high school now. Same thing works in future as well, right? There will be a lot of documentation associated to things what you have to do. It is the skill is about reading that, understanding what all capabilities that is having, and how you can use that. Okay. Now if you look at this how it works, I already opened that up. This it comes up with all these details, right? For example, there will be a left hand navigation about everything related to that. But the most important thing is how it works. Get started, right? So these are the two most important tabs you might see for all the services, right? Go into each of these and understand, right, how it works. For example, right, if you go here, it will tell you, what all data inputs it can get, right? So there is a data input and output, then an option for transcribing numbers if you want to use, right? So what they're saying is there are two ways to transcribe. There is a batch transcription, there is a streaming transcription. So batch is nothing but you give a input, it will go offline, come back with an output later. It is not like real time, right? It is not like doing something getting input. It might take a little extra time for it to come back, right? So it's a batch operation. Streaming is more of those real time things where you want input output quick, right? But streaming might be a little more costly. You don't want for your project, probably you can do the batch one. But understand these are the options available. Unless you know these two options are available, unless you read through this documentation, you wouldn't even know, right? Now then you choose that, okay, I'm going to use batch transcription, right? Now within the batch, obviously if you go down, it will tell you what are the operations it support, right? So it says API operations to get you started. For batch, this is the API. So you either click on this and it will take you to that detail, right? It will tell you what is your syntax and things like that. Or, if you go back into the same page, you go to get started here. it will tell you that, okay, there are different ways with which you can call the service, right? You can call through a CLI, you can call through your console, which is obviously what we're doing now, or you can call through SDK, right? What we're gonna probably do is you're gonna use this SDK because you might want to write a program, a Python program, which will make a call to the service, right? So where do you host that Python program? In Lambda, right? So have your Lambda have a program which can then make a call using this AWS SDK to transcribe. So if you click on this and obviously read through all this, right? So then only you'll understand. So if you read transcribing with AWS, so you can use this for a list of programming languages which this supports. It does all these things. And Bash transcription, they're given an example, right? And they're also given examples in different languages. So if you are using Python, this is what they're saying, right? This is what it can do. It's a sample program they have written, right? Of course, you can copy paste and change the things which are required for you. Okay, and if you go all the way down, it will tell you, if you want to have an S3 bucket. Of course, you need to have an S3 bucket, right? What is required. You already know that because we already did that in our resume project, right? Then creating an IAM permission, right? Obviously, you need permission for getting this AWS transcribe should be able to read the data from your S3 bucket, correct? So for that you need to give the privilege to this one, to this transcribe, saying that, okay, I need get object or a list bucket privileges, right, to that specific bucket which you want to do, right? So samples are there. And then if you go down, let's go to transcribing with SDKs, right? If you click on that, I think we were here already, right? So it will, you can give your, so this is how it calls, right? So there is a transcribe, this of the Boto 3 is actually the package which is used for all AWS connections, right? So if you want to have a program, you need to import this Boto 3, and this is the one which has all the different ways to connect to AWS services. And within that Boto 3, there is a, start transcription job. You see this, right? So this is the one which will tell your Lambda to go and talk to the transcribe and gets the output, right? And if you all, the main thing what I said earlier was, because it is an asynchronous process, right? That means you send that message to it, it might not immediately come back, right? So what you need to do is basically look for the status. Did the job which you gave completed or fail? Because that is the final status, correct? It can only, what if it is in pending or in progress, let it continue. But if it has completed or failed, then we know that our job was done by the transcribe, right? Then we can do rest of the activities, right? So it basically says that if the job is this, print it is completed, else it goes on for a sleep for 10 seconds, right? And then check it again, right? So this is how you can be, send a request to transcribe and then keep waiting for it until the time it is completed, right? And once it is complete, you come back and then probably do the rest of the things. Here they're not doing anything, but here the main what it says is you're creating a client, what is your S3 bucket, and then telling the transcribe file is nothing but this function, right? So telling that function to pick up this file from this S3 bucket and do the conversion, right? Using by calling this client, which is a transcribe. So it's a 3-line code, but there is a function associated to that as well. But go through this, right? And this is what you're going to write in your Lambda. So in your Lambda, so when you get, so the point is when you put that file in your S3, S3 should be able to call this Lambda, which will run this Lambda and make a call to transcribe to do that batch job. And then this batch job is going to run in the background, but your Lambda is now going to keep on waiting, right, for this status to complete. And once the status is complete, you will probably have some additional code after this saying that you want to send mail, for example, right? So the whole orchestration is now done by Lambda, okay, not by S3. S3 is just place where you put the file. S3 is going to make a call to Lambda saying that this file is there, and then Lambda is the one which is doing all the work for you, right, by calling transcript. So Point is, unless you kind of understand this, read through this on what all options are there for each of the services, we won't be able to do it much with this. Okay. So very important, read that. Now you at least you know the services which you're gonna use. Read through this, understand each of the service, what the capabilities are, and test each of the services. Right? Give a file to it and see what is the output you are getting. Right? And then put that in a Lambda, for example. Now you connect two services together. Right? Can my Lambda now talk to it? Right? Then connect each of the other things. Right? Connect S3 to Lambda. Lambda sending a email, all those things. So this is how you should approach, right? And individually, you can split your tasks between your three team members who, to probably research one service, right? And let that person do the research, figure out how that service is going to look like. And then you come back and all the three people then share your knowledge, right? And then work towards solving all the services together. Okay, so that is how you can break the thing. Let one person concentrate on one service, figure out what all things that service can do. Okay, come back to the team, right? Talk between you, figure out what did each of the team member figure out with their responsible service, right? Then sit together and make the connections of Lambda connecting to this coding. Coding probably might be give to one person, whoever is the best in doing that coding part, right? But each one of you guys, make sure that you have a specific responsibility on this, right? When you show the demo there, you got to really tell that, okay, who did what in this. We are all doing it together, but clearly tell who did what part, right? It is okay to have same job done by two, it is okay, but make it clear that, okay, this is this person's responsibility, and he did the research associated with that, and we then figured out that, okay, this is what we're going to use. For example, like this, right? Batch. Did we know that transcribe had a batch option, right? uh, we always thought probably S3 could talk to it, right? That's not the case, right? So unless we read it, we wouldn't get it. So that is what you got to do. Each one of them, obviously it is okay to have multiple people do the same thing, if we are it's not that complex. you know Multiple people can do the same research, but definitely have a dedicated person to do a specific task, right? And then come back together, connect things together, and then work. Okay. So this is how you would approach this. Okay. I would like to see this progress over the next many days. Reach out to me in the WhatsApp or in the group chat, either individually or in the group. Um, let's not come back on next Saturday, Sunday, and I guess Ranjit or Tina, we might need to have one more session next week to see the demos, right? Informal demo.
Yeah.
We'll arrange for that, but don't come to that session like the way we did today, right? So this was really, I didn't feel that great that we didn't do the homework what we wanted to do. Okay, so let's not repeat that. Do the work offline as well during the week. Text me, and if I'm around, I'll be able to quickly talk to you guys. But do the work, do the homework. Okay, or else it's not gonna work. It is not gonna just one fine day gonna work. Okay. All right. So that is team one. Team three. What did you guys speak?
We made a project proposal. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead. Are you able to do it?
Yeah, I'm doing. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we were gonna make the chatbot in Amazon Lex, and then so those are like what we're planning to do. And then we want to use Lambda to make our like email, like make sure the whole processing thing, we wanted to do that through Lambda. And then through Lambda we can like we did with the resume thing, we can um connect the Lex to Lambda and then use the Amazon simple email service to send the email receipts, and then we're gonna figure out a way that it would send the emails to the customers and not to like the users, like and not to like the person that owns the thing.
Mm.
And then I think what we're planning to do is I'll start on the presentation and stuff and start working. And after they finish all the coding stuff, I want to work on the Lambda stuff, and then hopefully we can have everything done by next Saturday.
Cool. Are you planning to write the data into a database, Dynamo, or
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
are you planning to write the data into a database?
Probably we might figure out some way that we could not manually write it, maybe like automatically it can go into an Excel. We haven't figured out that part yet.
Okay. So that would be an extension of the things, right? For example, there is a multiple scope to this project, right? Obviously the main thing at minimum you want to do is make sure somebody is able to make an order and they are getting an email saying that their order is received, right? That's a bare minimum. You can go above and beyond that, right? So you can actually store each of the order in the Dynamo DB database,
Yeah.
with the order time and what they ordered and things like that, right? So then over a period of time, you would know that, okay, this person ordered, like, when you go to your DoorDash, you will be able to see a list of all the orders what you made, right? How are they able to come up with that? Because they have this backend database where they're storing this data and showing you the data. Similar to that, you can have that database as well. Plus, second thing beyond that you can do is you can probably come up with a UI front end where you can see all the orders in my name or somebody else's name, right? So you can show those orders. That is extension of this. I'm not pushing for it, but those are the kind of things you would really do practically in the real world, right? So
Yeah.
you're able to. So think of that as well. If you are able to do your bare minimum things quickly, think of the additional things. And this is not just for the team 3, but team 1, team 2 as well. If you are able to do your bare minimum things quickly, think of what is the additional thing you can do, right?
Yeah.
So
If we have time, Raghav was saying that we could make this how work for like multiple like restaurants and like pickup delivery, like all those different
yeah,
configurations.
yeah, perfect. That is the kind of thing you got to look at.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So like for something in the long run, what we were just thinking was like, you could put it inside of an app, but I feel like it would kind of be like DoorDash. Like
yeah,
there's a lot of apps that are already like this, but we could replace like local restaurants that aren't on those apps, that they can just receive a text and it would go straight to their cooks, and then it would just completely break away the whole calling aspect, and it would just be runners doing the food. There wouldn't be any stopping, calling, picking up the phone, doing this, doing that. It would all just be mobilized.
perfect. That is a great idea. And yeah, and for everyone, because Raghav has been seeing this for quite some time. He's in college. Raghav, you're in college or you're actually working, right?
I'm in college right now, but I also am.
Okay. So see, from this experience, you got to use his experience, right? So whatever he's kind of seeing and telling you is what really in the real world people start to think about problems, right? You just don't solve that main thing. You take it beyond to the next level, multiple levels, right? What all challenges people might face in the world today, right? How can I solve it, right? How can I make it easy for one other person in the world, right? So that kind of thought process need to go in. I'm sure probably you might not be able to do that in the next 2 weeks, but take this as a thing beyond this 2 weeks as well, right? You want to take it to the next level, and solve all problems. And one more recommendation I would make is make use of AI, right? Of course you want to make sure that you learn the coding, but use AI to effectively so that it makes it easy for you to do, right? I won't stop you from not using AI, but just don't come and show what AI did, right? You need to make sure you're using AI effectively right? For example, ChatGPT or Gemini, you're making it to do something. Um, you need to know what you're telling, and you need to know what AI is telling back to you, right? And you should be then able to use it, right? For example, if you're asking AI to write a Python code for some of those work, it is okay, absolutely okay with it. But make sure you understand each and every single line AI is giving, right? Because I'm going to ask you that question when you guys are doing the demo or next week whenever I'm talking. At that time, don't give me an answer, oh, AI give me this. That is not the answer. AI is only for you guys to be effective and do things faster. But at this age, you need to know what AI is telling you, right? Understand what that each and every line is about so that you know what AI is giving is not something which should not be done, right? You know, AI could hallucinate and give you something which is probably from a security wise, it might not work, right? So as a responsible coder, right, you need to know what that is and make sure that you put the right thing. So uh, make use of AI if you want to write a Python script and you don't know Python programming. Make use of AI to do that thing, but understand what this. Make AI tell you, okay, what this single line is about, because I'm going to ask you that question.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
What's that?
Thank you. Should I stop sharing now?
Yeah, you're fine. Gayatri, thank you. Cool. So we have few more minutes. Anything else anyone want to talk about?
Yeah, I have a question.
Mhm.
On March 22nd, like for the in-person, do you know what time that is?
Rajit, any idea?
Which one, Vimal?
March 22nd program and timing.
Timing will confirm it. It is in East Brunswick Library. Timing will send out a email to the group.
Yeah. But from regardless of the timing, plan for 10 to 15 minutes of talking and the demo. Okay. And that's very important because you're gonna be talking in front of multiple set of people. So make sure, and you don't have to worry about it right now. The most important thing right now is making your project work, right? Once that is done is where the presentation things and the preparing the slides and things like that. But when you do that, you are in a position to kind of show through those 4 or 5 slides I spoke about, show the demo, keep a backup recording. That is very important because sometimes it might not just work on that day. So you don't
Is
want to.
sorry, is the demo included in those 15 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Cool.
Wait, Vimal, I had one question.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you know how in the resume when you send the contact me thing to your email, right? Is there like does it always have to go to spam? Is there like any way to like take it off spam and put it into like the actual inbox?
I
Because
think.
for me it goes to spam all
Yeah,
the time.
I think it's a Gmail thing. In the Gmail, probably you might need to configure uh, that this particular email or that email ID from which that is coming is not should not be put in spam. I think it is a Gmail related thing configuration. I don't think we can do anything in AWS for that.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay. No more questions. Are we good with all the resume projects which we did? Can I get the link for everyone? Can you guys post the link here in the Slack? Sorry, in the Zoom link. Let's take a look at it. Where is it? Everyone, I mean, whoever gave this earlier as well, Shivika, including Shivika, I think Shivika, we did that on that day, including you. Send everyone links, send the link.
In the Zoom group chat or the WhatsApp group chat?
Zoom. Okay, so I got Gayatri's. Gayatri, we did it last week, right? And okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Okay. 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 Nice, Gayatri. You might want to put your picture.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to update it.
Okay, Nihal's.
Okay, from mine, Vimal uncle, I had to redo it. That's why I don't have my info like I did before. But I'm gonna put that info like after this testing. I'll do it because
Yeah,
I had to like sit and redo it yesterday to fix it.
nice. Check the email whether you got that email.
Okay.
Okay. Anya's. What happened? You're stuck?
I thought I fixed that last night, but I like did everything. I talked to you last week during class and you said what to do and I did everything, but it
Mhm.
says the cloud response is undefined, but I verified my email and the Lambda works.
You get you get this email?
No,
Do you
I
get
don't
it?
get the email, but everything is like in Python and I fixed everything.
Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, can you share your AWS console?
Yeah, just give me a minute.
And you don't get an email at all. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't get one.
Okay, can I see your function? Lambda function. Okay, standard Python. Okay, go down to the code. Why is this JavaScript? No, I think go to the lambda function.py on the left. Yeah, see this. This is the one you should be using. You have to delete index.mj. Looks like it is a JavaScript version. because your function, your lambda is a Python function, correct?
Yes.
So that will only call lambda function.py.
Okay.
And in that, you don't have anything. You just have hello from lambda.
Okay. I'll fix that.
So put your whole Python function into this, right? The one which I think I shared you, right? The one I shared in Google Drive. Because that is the one which need to talk to the simple email service to send that email. Now here what it does is from your S3 or from your UI, and go to the UI, go to the UI, your resume UI here. And yeah, go there. Now right click, go to inspect, go to network, go to network here. Yeah, did you click on that?
Yeah.
Okay, so just send this email thing again. You see this, right? Now click on this. See this, hello from Lambda. You know where it is coming from?
From this part.
See this, right? So the response it is getting is hello from Lambda, which is because it is calling this function, which is the right function to call. But your code is not there. Your code is now something totally different.
Okay.
Okay,
I
so
will fix that.
fix that.
Thank you.
Okay, what about others? Where is the group chat?
Vimal uncle, I have sent mine.
Yeah, Shivika, I think we checked this. Did you make any change further since we spoke, or we good?
No, you said it was good, so I didn't make any changes.
Okay. Okay, so Gayatri, Nihal, Anya, Shivika. What about others? Can I get your URLs? Advait, Aditya, Arjun. Okay. Advait's.
Yeah, mine doesn't work. That's why I wanted to meet on Thursday. It's something with the network issue. I don't know why it's not working.
Can you share your screen? Let's see if we can do it today.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, network error. Do the same thing what Anya did. Right click. Okay, try it again. Okay, now click on this. Okay, strict. Okay, so go to response. Click
Oh,
on
where is that? Oh, okay.
fail to load. Okay, go to payload. Okay, so it is sending that. Go back to headers. Looks like you have a course issue. So it's saying strict origin course, but no other errors. Okay, go to your AWS Lambda. Actually, do a right click here. Do a right click here outside. Again, go to views page source. Yeah, go all the way down to your. So this is what your S3 bucket data is, right?
Yeah,
Whatever you uploaded.
yeah.
So here, what do you have? You have your S lambda function. Okay, that was the only change we had to make here, correct?
Yeah.
Go a little above this. Okay, your section search. Okay, send message. Okay, fine. Go to your AWS console now and go to the Lambda.
Yeah, 1 second, I have to sign in real quick. Okay, where do you want me to go?
Go to Lambda.
Yeah.
Okay, so good. Python standard. Okay, go inside. Okay, can see your code. Okay, okay, good, good. Go a bit above this. Okay, okay, nice. Now go to settings, the configuration. Okay, so let's look at permissions. Actually, let's go to function URL. Okay, so here, do you have all the things which, okay, let me look at my Lambda. Okay, so this is what you had in your,
Yeah,
okay,
I just copy pasted it from here to the actual index.html.
okay. And this is your, can you just copy paste this whole thing and put
Okay,
it in?
yeah.
Yeah, just let's make sure that that is a correct one. This is the one,
Oh,
right?
I also restarted it. That's why there's none of my information. But
Yeah, just put it again and see. Could not reach Lambda. Okay, go back. Okay, so you have content type, post. Okay, so that is good. Go to permission. Click on this role. Okay, that is good. Okay, so you're good there. Go back to Lambda. And it is North Virginia. Your S3 bucket. Can you go to your S3 bucket? So you have, could not reach Lambda. Go inside that. Yeah, that is also in same region, right? North Virginia. Okay.
yeah,
Okay, go inside that. Okay, and this is the exact thing we are looking, correct?
yeah.
Okay. Go to permissions. One second. Okay. Let me just go there as well. Okay, go back to buckets. Go inside. Go to permission, sorry, properties. Actually, no, go to permissions. Okay, go down. Okay, so S3 get object allow. Okay, so that is fine. Okay. Alright, so your S3 is fine. Let's go back to Lambda. It's something to do with your Lambda only. Go back to your Lambda. Go inside. Okay, so go back to the code. Let's look at the code first. Okay. Okay, go down. All right, so let me. You send the URL, right? Let me trigger something again.
Yeah.
Okay, so go back to the Lambda. Yeah, Lambda, go to configuration. Permission, sorry, function URL. So this is for DZG. Okay. So if you go to the go back to your resume, you'll see an error there. Go back to your resume. Close all this. So actually, you can clear this. Close this. Yeah, open it again. Go to network. Okay. Send this again. Just click on this again. Okay, click on this. Why are you not getting that? Actually, go to console here. Pull this up. Are you able to pull it up?
No.
Click on any of those buttons and see. Expand quickly. Yeah. So pull that up. Is there a pull up there? No? Yeah. Okay, so you see that there is an error. Server responded with this one 403. Your resume, which is your Lambda, from the origin, this thing has been blocked by course policy. So this is the policy yeah, Aditya, I mean, anyone else, if you guys want to drop off, feel free to do that. If you want to listen in, stay back. But do the things what we spoke about. Talk to your team, reach out to me, anything, but definitely by next, and there will be a session next Sunday where you all need to come and show the demo, right? It's an informal demo. The only thing we are trying to make sure that you have completed the work by next Sunday, so that the week after that you can prepare your, recordings and the presentations. Okay. Others can drop off. Thank you. Okay,
Thank you, Rangal.
thank you. Bye. So Aditya, so if you see here, it says that this is a course policy issue, right? Remember one of the main things we spoke about, a response to the pre-head doesn't pass the control access header to check no access content is present in the request resource. So you're not passing something in your S3. So first thing we got to check is in your course policy, there is a course policy we enable in your Lambda, right? So go to the Lambda and this is the course policy we enabled, right? So see this. So this is your bucket. You are saying expose headers is fine, content type is fine. This is good. So I think you have the correct configuration here. Yeah, Tina, thank you. So that is good. Go to your S3 bucket now. Your actual, yeah, go to your here itself. Go here. Sorry, go here
Oh, sorry.
and view the source. So it might be that you're not passing some header. One second. Can you cross check this with your S3, actual S3 we should have been doing? Let me see if I have that with me. Okay, I have it. Okay, function URL is fine. Okay, so this is still okay. Okay, go back to your Lambda. Let's look at the code. One second, I will be back. So you have your email ID. Your email ID, both these email IDs are there. Good. Okay, go down. Status 200. Okay. You didn't change anything else here, correct? And you deployed it, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. This is strange.
Everything I did was like the same as Nihal, but then it worked for him and it didn't work for me. That's why I was like confused.
Yeah, this looks strange. From origin, Advait, resume, final 2026.s3. Okay, so that is fine. Has been blocked by course policy. So I am thinking it might be because of the name of your index file. It's a guess only. So
Wait, so how would I fix that?
go back to your Lambda, sorry, in your S3,
Okay.
go inside that. So this one, change it to index.html. I'm not very sure if that's the issue, but we might need to rename this. Do you have a rename option? Rename object? Yeah. Index.html. Yeah, save changes. Okay. Now go and get your. I think the website might be still the same. Refresh it. Actually, you might need to remove the rest of the things from here. Remove all those things. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, remove it. Yeah. Enter. Okay. So go to your properties within your S3 bucket. Go down all the way down. There is a search for index.html here in this page.
There's no results for that.
Okay, so there is one page somewhere we got to make that change. Let me see where it is. Metadata. Okay, go all the way down. Click on this one. Okay, so this one is going to the still the other one. Somewhere we got to
Yeah.
change. There is a place where we mentioned index while creating. I don't know where that was. Okay. So go back. Go edit. Click on edit for static hosting. Yeah, change this to index.html and save it. Okay. Now click on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Right click enable network. Okay. Try it. Okay, so bring this down.
Like what?
Can you drag it down?
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Click on this. What is the response? Internal server error. Okay. Network could not reach lambda. Okay, could not reach lambda. Any other thing you see there?
no.
Your final advait final resume.s3.east.amazon.com. Okay, internal server error. Okay, go to your lambda. Okay, go inside that. And check the config, go to configuration again. And this is correct, right? Still, this is the same thing we are doing. Okay. Go to monitor. See if we can get some log. View CloudWatch logs. Click on this. So this is CloudWatch log is the logging service.
Okay.
This is where it will show you all the things which came to this Lambda. Okay, go down. So when we tried, it was this time, correct? The timestamp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, click on that. Okay, what do you see? Error. Unable to import module Lambda function. No module Lambda function. The call came to Lambda, but Lambda seems to be having a problem. No module Lambda function. Okay, go back here, other tab, and go to your code. Go to the top of this. Is there a Lambda function? Search for function.
Like where?
Just Control F.
Oh, okay. No.
Okay, so yeah, see this Lambda function. It should be Lambda function.py.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Like that?
yes.
Okay.
Now try it. Now, yeah, so now just deploy it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I deployed it.
Okay, now try, go to your website. Click on this again. There it
Okay,
is.
now it works.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Cool. So that's the thing. It is kind of multiple levels of thing. You got to look at the CloudWatch logs. You saw the CloudWatch log is basically a core place where you will figure out what is wrong, right? As long as it is hit by Lambda, then you can see it. The point is, until that point, it was not even getting to Lambda, right?
Right. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right. Good job, Advait. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Like, thank you.